This is episode 4, Angels and Spirit Guide. And my name is Paul Raphael. I teach spirituality, I write books, and I love speaking about joy. And with me today are my two beautiful, delightful co-hosts, Sarah Love and Jamie McKinnon-Smith. So if you guys can please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Sarah Love, and I'm an angel intuitive. So I do angel readings and also life coaching as well. And I also love joy and love. And then, let's go ahead and let Jamie introduce himself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jamie Smith. I'm a certified law of attraction coach and a spiritual comedian. And I love combining the aspects of comedy and self-growth together with law of attraction tips to really help you create the life of your dreams with joy and with ease. Say yes if you love that.
Yes, amen.
Yes, we like ease. We like ease. Success with ease. Yeah. So welcome, everybody.
Okay, all right. So, Sarah, if you want quickly to touch upon, the technicality of the show and, how people mute themselves and whatnot.
Yeah, because we are recording.
And if they want to, as well, ask a question or,
Okay, absolutely, yeah. So I don't see we have anyone on their phone, but if anyone does call in, it would be to unmute or mute is *6. And then if you're on your computer, on the left-hand side, you can just select mute or hide video if you want to do that. And then if you want to raise your hand, you can select the participants button on the bottom bar. That'll show up when you hover over that. And then select raise hand, or you can use the chat feature at the bottom as well. So then we can chat with you and pull the questions from there.
Wonderful. So now basically we will start with a small guided meditation, and that's kind of like the ritual of the show. We love to ground the energy and allow as well for very flowing, easy and harmonious interaction with all the participants. So I would like to invite you all to, if you're not driving, of course, and if it's possible, don't put your life in danger, okay? So sit comfortably and make sure that your 2 feet are firmly planted in the ground. It's important to symbolize the connection with the earth, with Mother Gaia. That's very very pivotal in the meditation. And I would love for you to close your eyes and to basically see if you can have a gentle, relaxed, straight spine. So it doesn't have to be tense, but simply as straight as possible. And I love for you to relax the shoulders. And again, feel your 2 feet firmly planted into the ground, almost imagining that you're touching the grass. And we will start with the top of your head, picturing a beautiful light coming from the sky. And that light can have any color. It can be bright light, it can be pink, it can be green, it can be golden, whatever color you like. And just imagine the light soothing and coming from the top of your head and soothing your forehead, your eyes, your jaws, your lips, your tongue, your chin. And the light keeps going down, soothing the shoulders, your chest, your belly, and your spine as well. And I would love for you to really imagine the light embodying and firmly going all the way down to your tailbone. And the light keeps going down through your legs all the way to your feet. And while you do that, connect again with your breath. Feeling the expansion of the belly with an inhale. And the receding of the belly with an exhale. And from there, I would love for you to imagine that your feet, through a funnel of light, are going all the way to the center of the earth. And that you're bringing your beautiful, unique light to Gaia, to the earth, to Mother Nature. And this is your way to say thank you. Thank you to her. Thank you for her providing us with a body, because our body is from nature. Thank her for providing us with all the foods and nutrients that we need. It's the amazing beauty of nature, with its ocean, its mountains, and its water. And as a gift to you, as a gift from the light that you're passing through to Gaia, to the earth, she is sending you back this beautiful, pure, vibrant, youthful, joyful energy, all the way back to your feet. And imagine the light is energizing and supplying you with all the nutrients, all the strength, all the joy. And Gaia is telling you this is your home. The earth is your home, and you have the right to be here. You deserve to be here, and you can live here with joy. And I would love for you to thank Gaia with a beautiful smile. And amen. Thank you. Thank you for this meditation. Thank you. All right. So beautiful. So thank you for joining us, Christine, as well. I see that you. All right. So Miss Sarah Love, take it away.
All right. Wonderful. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this week we're talking about angels and spirit guides, and then at the end of the call we will do a meditation to meet your guardian angel, and that way you can receive a message from them and know that you're always connected as well. And the reason we all felt this was a good topic to go over was that a lot of times we feel either alone or we're not really guided through life, like we're kind of blinded and not sure where we're going. So with this, we wanted to help you know that we do have a team that's not necessarily in the physical, that way some people can see them, but not necessarily at first. So knowing that they are there and they're able to assist us and help us grow and guide us and give us signs. Then once we do know they're there, it becomes, a fun journey. So and then with mine, I've started reading books about angels and spirit guides. And when I was younger, like in high school, and always, really resonated with it, and, would ask the angels for get me a good parking spot or free coffee and stuff like that. And so I always knew that they were there, and it took me till about my late 20s when I did my angel messenger class, and we did a meditation of actually meeting your guardian angel and receiving a message. And when I actually connected that deeply with my guardian angel, I just sat there and just cried, because I was like, wow, I could have, had this person, this guidance with me my whole life, where I felt like I was just kind of tumbling, through. So ever since that point, it was like, okay, this is, important, and we have such a great team that we can connect with, and really wanting to help other people connect with that as well. So
beautiful. Yes.
yeah.
How about you, Jamie? How did you get in touch with spirit guides and angels? And throughout the show, I would like as well to make the distinction between the two, because from my own experience, I would say that there is really, in many spiritual teachings, at least in my own spiritual development, I've come across the realization that there is a distinction between angels and spirit guides, and spirit guides typically are really those beings with whom, prior into entering into this realm, into birthing into this reality, we had some sort of sometimes the word contract can be a little, I would say, deceptive for spirituality, or at least would not necessarily embody what it really is. But for lack of a better word, you can say agreement, or maybe some sort of alliance or cooperation, if you will, with a team of beings who decided during that incarnation to support you, assist you. And those beings could have been people you shared a part of the journey in a different incarnation, or they could have been as well some simply some guides, some people you have an energetic connection with, and those beings are really there to remind you of your mission. Because yes, we do have a mission here. There is such a thing as a mission, and we can touch upon that later on. But there is really this sense where they are here to really comfort you, to support you, and as Sarah mentioned earlier, to let you know that you are never alone. So there is not such a thing, and those spirits guides can vary in terms of number. Their energy as well can be different, and they can also evolve throughout your incarnation. So let's say that the spirit guides you can have at your birth can sometimes also leave you, because they do believe that their part of their mission is complete, so that other spirit guides can come into the picture and provide you the guidance and the assistance that you will need for whatever goals or mission you have in that moment in your path. So there is also possibility to connect with them. There's really different way to do so. I don't know if Sarah will touch upon this, but I would say that in my own experience, for me, I've really started connecting with them, I would say, about 3 years ago. And then it was really some, I'd ask them whether they could share with me their, I would say their energetic signature, whether it was more of a masculine or a male signature or female signature, and it came to me through images, through senses, and that's something which is, of course, at times you can second guess yourself, you can doubt yourself, but the first impulse we receive is always the right one, in my experience, and that's really something that is beautiful. In my case, I was in my bath, and believe that when you're near water, it's more easy for us because 70% of our body is water. So I think guides can speak to us with water a lot. So that's why also when we're in the shower or when we're going to the bathroom, a lot of time we get insights. At least for me, that's how it works a lot of time. And then when when I was in that bath, I was picturing basically those guides with huge wings, really hugging me and telling me that everything was all right, everything was fine. And it was really that sense of it was really a feeling. It was really a feeling, and that picture that came to me. So that is my experience with spirit guides. And since then, they're there. I would say that the best way to really connect with them is through laughter, through fun, for joy, because that is the energy of, and that's why, we speak about joy, and that's why my book as well is called Sacred Joys, because it is, of course, it is way much vaster and bigger than joy. However, the joy element is really the closest to, I feel, is what our true vibration, because joy is the highest vibration there is in this earth realm, and that is the highest and the closest to who we are. And when you can really laugh with them, and because they love that, I think that spirits and guides are extremely playful, extremely I would say no, I wouldn't say mischievous, but I would say, they're really, they love a good job. They love to laugh. They love for you to, whenever you light up your vibe, whenever you elevate your vibe, that's when they're there, because that's in the vibration from home. That's from where we come from. So that is how I see it. So how about you, Jamie? What's your experience?
For me, I never grew up like religious or spiritual. My parents were, their motto was like the Dalai Lama, kindness is my religion. That's how I grew up. But there was no real talk about angels or spirit or anything. So for me, the way it's always showed up is through people. And there's a book out there. I can't remember if anyone knows what it is. I think it's by Doreen Virtue. She wrote about a book about how people who have all had human angel experiences, or they've actually had encounters with angels. Mm-hmm. And when I was 16, I was a little bit nervous to share this story, because whether it was an actual angel or not, it doesn't matter, but it made me think there was something bigger going on. When I was 16 years old, we were driving, we were late, and we were all at a party. We were coming home late and on a long, dark night, and the car broke down in the middle of freaking nowhere. And there was a corner store, and it was literally like 2:30 or 3 in the morning. And there was a corner store, and there was a guy in there sweeping, and we needed jumper cables. And so we went into this corner store, and the guy was scared of us. He wouldn't help us. We're like, okay, great. So there was a payphone back in the day. Remember payphone? Yep. And we went to the payphone to try to call CAA, the Canadian Automobile whatever company. And we were waiting, and all of a sudden this old car, this car from like the 60s, this old, it reminded me of like Touch Mine Angel. I am like serious. Remember that show with the big red car? Yeah. And it pulls up, and this old man gets out of the car, goes into the back of his trunk, and takes out jumper cables, but then starts walking towards the forest. And I'm thinking, oh my God, he has jumper cables. I'm not thinking anything at this point. So I run over towards him, and I'm like, oh my God, sir, can you help us? Our car broke down. He's like, oh, absolutely. I'm thinking, why is he walking that way? But anyway, so he turns his car around, and he starts our car, and he drives off. And literally, no, imagine, most of us are drunk, and, and all of us, we were not spiritual, religious, and all of us looked at each other and like, that was an angel. Wow. And so we said, let's go find him. So we started driving and really fast to find this man, to like say, what the heck was up with that? How could he be there at that moment with the jumper cables? And the car was gone. Wow. And I grew up in a small town. Like you can't, we would have been able to see the lights of the car. It always stayed with me, and I never really told anybody about it until now. But it really always stayed with me. It really always stayed with me, and I just sort of always believed since then. And I've been sort of in the closet. And so for me, actually coming out of the angel closet, as I was joking, was actually tougher than coming out of the actual closet for me. But anyway, we won't go there. But the point is that I have all the Doreen Virtue cards on my phone now. Right. And they really guide me back to a place of peace. And since becoming a law of attraction coach, what I've learned is that when we have desires, because we all have desires, we all want to improve something in our lives or manifest something, the key to manifesting is really to get to a place of zero tension, to really get to a place of peace, and allowing feels like relief, and it feels like zero tension. It feels like, and so when I get stressed, when I get off track, these kind of cards, these like Sarah does, and I'm not an angel intuitive at all, but I really, these kind of things and angelic messages really connect me back to that place of ease. And so I do believe there's something bigger going on. And yeah. That's been my experience. And so for me, the guidance usually comes through people.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes, absolutely. It's true that the I would say that with spirit guides as well, one of the way for them to touch base with us is through the people we meet, and and especially when we keep hearing the message over and over again from different people. That's your guides trying to get through. They're trying to speak to you, and you know, I don't know if you heard the story of of Oprah, the Peebles and the brick wall, and typically that's what it is that when she said that God speak to you first, we start with the Peebles, until it's a brick,
Yeah.
And the I would say that it does take some and then that's why meditation is one of the ways as well to get in touch with them, is that you can really be in that space, as Jamie mentioned earlier, of stillness and of pure openness. You're really in an open state when you're allowing those messages, because what is very essential to realize is spirit never ever speak to us through forcing, through pushing, or through wanting us to do something. It's whenever you feel that energy that is not from spirit, that is not from your highest guidance. From your highest guidance is always this quality of ease, of flow, of offering, yes, of how about that. It is always a quality of suggesting how about that path. And and that, yes, it's very subtle, very, very subtle, which is why if there's a lot of noise, racket, or like I like to call it, the monkey mind, like doing this thing in your head, you won't hear that very subtle message. And that's why meditation or practicing stillness, walking nature, or it can be anything. It can be your cooking, your favorite meal, or simply listening to some nice, very relaxing music. We all have our own unique way to connect with that space of stillness within, and that's when those messages can flow through. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of messages, Sarah, is there anything else you wanted to say about angels, or because I know a friend of mine, he wants to ask a question. He's calling in on his phone, so I don't know how. So I really know he has a question. He really needs some support. So I wanted to know if you wanted to say anything else about it before we jump into people who have questions and open it up to some readings. If you're, yeah.
I feel you guys all hit all the points too. And I think the biggest thing is knowing when we're getting those messages, we have, our mind and we'll overanalyze it. And, like even when that person came out, it was like, that's weird. And I don't want to tell people about it.
Yeah.
But it is, an angelic presence. And someone, we get messages and signs, and then it's like, oh, that's just a coincidence or whatever. We can kind of overlook it. So that's where, that stillness, that meditation, being in your heart really is huge to understand those, because sometimes our mind really can't understand what's going on. So definitely pulling more in your heart center and asking from your heart, what does this mean, is very helpful. So
yeah, just reminding us that we're not alone, right?
Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, if anyone has any stories that they want to share, or they would like a reading too, I've got the cards out.
So my friend is calling by phone. If you've muted yourself, then you just need to press *6, right, to unmute yourself. Okay. That's if you're using the phone. So if you want to at any time, go ahead and do that and then ask your question. So, and anybody else, if you want some guidance from Sarah or any of us, if you have a question or want some support, you want some law of attraction tips. Okay, here we go, chat here. Somebody, what are they saying?
I was calling from the app.
I'm calling from the app. Oh, okay. You're calling from the app. I've never had that. We've never had that before.
No.
Okay. Well, do you have a question from the app? Okay, just feel free to type it out.
You could type that in there.
You can type it as well, yes.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's great.
Okay, right. Yeah, I didn't know that was possible, so wonderful.
I just pulled a card before from Doreen Virtue's Angel Mermaid deck.
Oh, I have that one too.
Right? And I just want to show you this was really cool. This has been really, I said, what does what do the angels want all of us to know? And it was, I don't know if you can see, but it says positive energy.
Oh yeah.
Positive energy.
Absolutely.
Surround yourself with positive people. Hello. And situations, and avoid negativity. And I thought that was really good. Oh, there you go. There's the card deck version.
Yes. So we got a message from Ian saying it's Abdus. So I'm not sure what that means.
His name is Abdus. His real name.
Okay. Yeah. Abdus. Okay. All right. Okay. Good. So Abdus. So do you have any question? Would you like us to? Do you want to type it to us?
Because I don't know if we can hear you.
Yeah, because he's unmute. So normally you should be able to.
Calling from the app. I don't hear him.
All right.
Hopefully you can just type out your question and we'll read it. And
yes.
We'll
So Midu or Christine, or actually we have two Christine on the show. We have Christine with C and Christine with a K. So Christine with a C or Christine with a K, if you have any question, or Midu as well, feel free to. Oh, she raised her hand. Okay, great. So go ahead. So actually, yeah.
I unmuted myself. Is that okay?
Perfect.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
So I love what you're all saying, and I'm curious. So I'm someone who always kind of feel like, well, I shouldn't ask for this. I can handle this on my own. I'll wait till something really big, and then I'm going to ask for help for sure, right? So how do you all feel? Do you feel like our guides and our angels are just our guides and angels, aside from obviously the archangels and the ascended masters? But, what do you guys think? Because then if that's the case, then I can just ask any time and it's all good.
Yeah, you can.
They're usually very bored. So yeah, they're like, please ask us. So
yeah.
You have
they're like, her again? Oh.
Really? That's what she wants? Come on.
No, I would ask for coffee and like free coffees and parking spots and, help with travel and stuff. And I mean, the littlest to the biggest. So yeah, ask for anything.
Yes.
You do have about 2 guardian angels that come into this world with you, as well as your guides. And like Paul said, your guides will come in and out based on your life path and where you're at. But you have a full-on team, so they're usually kind of sitting there idle, like throwing us signs, like, "Come on, that was so good."
That's
totally
right.
ignored it. So
Yeah. Hello.
Exactly. But yeah, big or small, and there's definitely. I mean, they don't see it as they see it as a way as like they're helping. So that small step could be something that gets you to that big one,
Yes.
So.
Yes. And the thing is, there is really, there's really been like a thinning of the veil between the different dimensions that started probably in the 80s, but especially after 2012, where more and more people are open to their higher guidance. And that's why it's very important to know that they're really they love doing it, that's really their passion, and that's why their mission really is to assist us and to help us, and that's something that that was hard for me as well, to sort of gather at first. But after really playing with it and reading from so many different sources, I would say that it more than anything, it really spoke to my heart. And that's when whether that's something that's true. It really has to speak to your heart, Christine. That whatever information we share here or whatever you get to read later on, that there's like a sense of resonance, like. Yes, and it's really, it is really, I would say, comforting to your heart. It's something that really inspires you and that lifts you up. And I feel like in any spiritual, and I mean, any messages we get from our guidance has always this quality again, that it's very inspiring, it's very uplifting. And it really helps you to believe in yourself, to move forward, and that's where, at least I know for me, that's where I can discern whether a message is really coming from, my team, or if it is coming from fear, And it can have two aspects. It can be a personal fear that I have, or it can also be a collective fear, because there is such a thing as a collective fear. There is this huge collective fear in the earth. It has been there for a long time. Now it's kind of like it's shifting. It's kind of, really going away, which is why more and more people are opening to that guidance. And again, it's really important to know that they're really there for us. That's really their job. So please do not hesitate to ask.
Yeah, I remember
you're playing with this now.
What's that?
I'm gonna play with this more now.
Yes, let's play with it.
I had an issue with that too, and I don't know if you were like me, but I also had a hard time asking for help in real life too. Because sometimes it translates to also, and it's the card I remember I pulled is it's strong to ask for help, not only from the angelic realm, but also from people too. Like Paul and I are doing an event in Montreal, and before I would have to do everything myself, not only ask for divine assistance to fill seats and to help make it go easy, but also for physical help. But I'm like, no, I'm going to ask for a friend to help volunteer to take the tickets at the door and to do, so it's just like, now it's like, I'm getting better at asking for help in real life as well, because I think it sort of translates into the here and now. And I just know that it's strong for help. And the card, I remember on the card it said, and I like to just do this from time to time, okay, angels, you can help me with everything today. I like that.
Yeah,
you can help me with, because you got to give, right, Sarah, don't you have to kind of first is like they're waiting for permission or something, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless it's like if it's going to conflict with our life and our life's in danger, then they'll step in. But yeah, usually it's like, help me.
You got to ask.
Yes. Yes.
Ask and it's given, which is, it's huge. And sometimes we receive stuff and it's like, oh, that was just luck, or, I had a good day or whatever. And they're sitting there like, oh man. So yeah, ask and, and gratitude, that's also, the more you say thank you, because I'll receive signs and then I was like, oh, there's a sign, there's a sign, there's a sign. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even say thank you for all those. And then the more I'm gratitude, the more I even get to help guide me too. So they're like, oh, she actually recognized it, said thank you, and we can give her, more signs. So
yes. That's
how I feel it kind of works. So.
Okay, we have another. Somebody else raised their hand. Mirdu, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you say?
Yes.
Oh, and then we have another question after. Great, awesome. Go ahead.
So my question, I'm a real beginner at this sort of stuff. And Sarah is I had a reading with her last week, and she's, she kind of helped me out on how to ask for signs. Then of course my mind is like, well, was that a sign? Was that given to me? Or am I just inventing stuff, right? I got a bunch of signs. Anyway, so when you ask for help, do you ask angels and spirit guides, or do you just say, hey team, help me out? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do both. So I call it my spiritual guidance team. And so we have guides and angels and sometimes even past loved ones and fairies. We can go, there's a full on spectrum that we can add in. So that's why I'm like, spirit guidance team, anyone who's there right now, help a sister out, So it's just all right.
I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you feel drawn to, more, angels or guides or a certain ascended master, there's really no wrong answer. They'll definitely help you. So
at the beginner stage, would you just ask for help and just see whoever comes out rather than asking for specific help? Or
what would feel good for you?
Yeah.
What would feel good for you?
I would definitely advise for you to play with it. Again, to keep that sense of interplay, and you can sort of small little things, and me, I remember that when I started, it was like, okay, there were times when I was completely lost. I had no idea where I was. And I was in Brussels, I was in my car, and I said, okay, I was just practicing with it. And I said, okay, well, I'd love to, I said, please, bring me there. And I was really testing. And they brought me exactly. Every time I said, okay, turn right, turn left, turn right, turn left. And I swear to you, they exactly brought me to where I needed to be. So, and that was really the time where I was like, I was still kind of like, testing it, and you can like, if you wouldn't know where something is, you said, okay, spirit team, please let me know. Just give me a hint. Bam, it started like this. So you can really start off with simple little things. And again, it can really, because we're all unique, we have all our own different kind of ways to get that information. Some of us are more what's being called clairsentient. It's more a feeling. Some are more clairvoyant. Voyant means in French to see, voir, which means like you get images. Some are more clairaudient, which means through the ears, but you will hear something. And so there's really those different type of modalities, if you will, and that's kind of some of us are more comfortable or more drawn to one modality. Sometimes all of them together. But generally speaking, there will be like one or two which are more prevailing, if you will. But it's really, because the way, again, to really get that guidance is to feel relaxed, to feel at ease, and really open. And for me, the best way is to have that energy of playfulness, of smile, and really, just play with it, and don't make it light so that you receive that.
where are your fans? Keep it light, keep it simple, keep it fun.
Yeah,
I love that mantra. I keep always saying it to myself. My default is to go, it's gonna be so hard. Right? Like, keep it light, keep it simple, keep it fun. And so from a law of attraction point of view, guess what? I want to share this little tip with you.
Yeah.
The universe doesn't care what you do, but it cares about how you feel about what you do. So that's why I said, well, what would feel good for you? Maybe I'm just going to ask the spirit guides today. Maybe I'm going to do both. Maybe I'm going to open. Doesn't really matter. But it's really responding to your vibration as well. So you identify.
I've tried asking in my sleep, before I go to sleep. I'm like, messages in my, Sarah knows this. That's
cool.
And the Kardashians appear in my dream. Every time I've asked for messages in my sleep, I dream of the Kardashians, and I'm like, no, why?
That is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's never. I would say that it's never coincidence, Murder. If you ask for it and if you're getting a message, it means something. Now the question is, what's the message, right? What's the message?
I even passed them on to Sarah once in her dream, so
we're good. I got Kanye and everything, so
wow.
Yes, Christine, do you have a question? I saw you raise your hands, or maybe yes. Do you have a question, or no? Oh, it was maybe from the previous one.
But you know what? My friend Abdus wrote here, and I read out the question, and then Sarah, you can answer it. Okay. So, and I know my friend was calling in, and I know this is really stressing him out. So I recently moved back to USA, and I can't seem to decide where to base myself. I have been living like a nomad for over a decade. I'm hoping to find a city where I can put the roots down. My background is in design, and I'm an entrepreneur trying to get things off the ground. Can you please do a reading for which cities in the US would be better for professional opportunities and growth? Also for finding love and relationship. I was leaning more towards Atlanta, Georgia, or back to New York City. So see what you're feeling there.
Atlanta, Georgia is giving me a little bit more chills and kind of like more excitement. And then, okay, so what the cards he got too. So Angel of New Life, an exciting new chapter in your life is about to unfold. Okay.
Oh.
Can you see that okay? Sorry. And then also, which is interesting, to have faith, your prayers are manifesting, remain positive, and follow your guidance. Which if you look, they're both standing in a similar form. So what they're suggesting is that following your heart. And what they're showing for him, it's really, they're kind of laughing. So it is really about faith and trust, and that's his lesson. And so it's like, where does his heart pull and magnetize him the most? And it feels like what's happening, it's like he kind of gets that urge, but then it like a big fear like block comes in, and it's really just breathing, you know, that stillness, moving that out, and then really asking, what they're saying is asking, you know, your angels and guides, please move this fear, because it's not necessarily a real fear, it's just the fear of moving forward. And then once you push past that, then that fear dissolves. So it's just really having that courage, that faith, and just stepping forward in that. And then that feels like that's going to really align everything, you know, the relationships, the love life, the friendships, the joy, you know, really. But yeah, Atlanta feels much better.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this has been on his mind. So thank you, Sarah.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel that too. I feel his heart is. Oh, thanks, Sarah.
You're very welcome.
I think that's going to bring him some peace. I can feel it already.
Yes. Yeah. What I'm picking up as well, Ian, is it would be good for you to focus upon your strengths, to really, I would say, believe in yourself, believe in your power. You know that you know you're very talented, you're very skilled. You know, and really, we trust that. You know, Sarah mentioned it. But what I'm picking on as well is very important for you to trust your unique gifts, because we all are gifted. So really, you know, nurture and you sometimes you don't necessarily get, you know, the results right away, but you enjoying already what you're doing and keep nurturing that vibration is really what sustains and helps you to keep moving forward. So that's very important.
Near for fun, I just pulled a card from that Angel Dream deck. I'm like, what is that? I'm curious. Kardashians ain't never coming to my dream. I'm telling you, I'm just kidding. So it says that, daydream, imagination, allow your mind to wander, take some quiet time, dream big.
Ooh, maybe trying to dream big.
Like they have
Kardashians.
Right? So allow your imagination to wander up the life that you truly want. That's what I picked up from it. So
that's cool.
Yeah. And typically, I think that when we dream of celebrities, it means that, you know, there's also sometimes that that need for us to become more in the open, or to go out more in the open. And you know, I don't know if in your case maybe you want to come out as a closet, you know, more fully and show your true colors, you know, and
yeah, that resonates. I think that's the message. More like the Kardashians and Cher.
Cool.
Wonderful. So Sarah, would you say what would your guides or your teams say about the current energy right now on the planet, and what's going on with what we see especially with the election in the US? I mean, how would your team view it, and what would their advice be for anyone who's watching the show, or anyone who feels fear and who feel confused and you know, ask themselves, okay, you know, what is going on? Why do we how did we end up in such a situation?
Right. Yeah, because for this, I mean, I would even more move to like the archangels and even the ascended masters, and still definitely working with our spirit guides too. But what they've been showing me, I mean, especially recently, it's like the earth is shifting. So we're moving into a new kind of a realm, space, energy, and really, it's kind of what they're saying is like watching all the old energy fall, so the new can be reborn. And so if you're familiar with tarot at all, there's that Tower card. So it's similar to that, where it's like everything falls, but then it's a rebirth as well. So in a sense, that's kind of what's the crumbling down of, you know, the politics and things that are no longer serving, and really moving more towards a unity consciousness of unconditional love. And what I do and what I would recommend as well is just asking, you know, your spirit guides, the archangels, to really offer more kindness, compassion, joy, use those words that you really love to be filled in everybody's hearts, and for that to just expand, wider and brighter than ever before. And that really, it's such, it feels like such a small thing, like, oh, I'm just one person, but the more we can unite and get each person doing that, it really, expands the earth and the energy. So that's something that I've been doing. I'll do that in the mornings, sending love and light and just prayers out. And they've even have research done where people, when they do, huge meditations or, everyone does it at the same time, it's like the energy elevates like the whole planet. So
yeah, wow.
Yes.
I love you, Sarah Love. And avoid the news too, I think, right? Like,
yeah,
like
I can't watch
skim
too
the
much.
headlines and that's
Yeah.
it. If I watch more than 5 minutes, I'm like, the world is over.
I know, yeah. And that's, you got to see it from a flip side that, it's like, when you get fires and, it restarts everything, and, the rebirthing of the new crops and everything too. So it's sometimes it's harder, but if you can see it in that new light, that things are just shifting. And
Exactly. Yes. It's one of my greatest spiritual teacher, Eckhart Tolle, always recommend people to, whenever they look at the news, to almost like, it's almost like you're sort of igniting like this huge light of consciousness, so that you really watch the news from a place of neutrality, of pure stillness, so that you don't feed into the fear, but you actually really stand there as a simple consciousness. And that simple act can also, help transform, the energy of the planet, and to be really in that state of simple witness. That is also, something that can help out, and really help people remember that whatever they watch on the news is also not always the truth. And
also,
yes.
You don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, because there's so much, there's really as well, that even without getting into the conspiracy theory, there are definitely, always, subjective views of how, the events are being presented to us. And which is why I think that the internet has really helped us to see, like, there's really many different angles or way to look at, events. And personally, I stopped watching the news 5 years ago. And I know that whenever I need to hear something, it gets to me. Always. So, either through Facebook, either through text, people will let me know basically what is going on. So, you raise your hand, you do? Or was that an accident?
We have 8 minutes left, and I know, Sarah, you want to.
Christine
raise her hand. Yes.
Oh, I did, but that's okay. Should I go?
Yes. Please.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to word this right, but it's related to that sort of inner calm, that inner peace and love. Years ago, I saw the Dalai Lama speak, and it was really amazing. It was so powerful. And someone asked a question when world event, when things are chaotic and there's so much violence and so much fear and so much whatever awfulness happening, how do you stay so peaceful? And this is what I'm not sure if I'm going to word this right, but it was something, his response was something like, if you imagine an ocean, and he's way, way, way down here, and there will be storms crashing on the surface, whipping up waves, all sorts of things. But down here, he still maintains that peace. Yes, it ruffles the edges, but down here, he maintains that. I thought, oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And that has an effect on others, right? And that's how you stay grounded. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, interesting.
Thank you for sharing. That's beautiful.
Yeah, really
great reminder. Oh.
Yeah. And I love the ocean. That's perfect.
Yeah. So I just want to say one last thing for Abdus and for everybody watching. And my intuition is saying for my friend Abdus, once you move to Atlanta, to make sure you avoid negativity and surround yourself with people like this. I mean, there's such benefit. And I want to just share like what happened since meeting Paul and Sarah, just hanging out with them and becoming my friends. Paul and I are doing this in Montreal called Elevate Your Vibe, 3-day joy event in Montreal. And this really came about from just chatting with them and getting coaching from them. And it was an idea that I had in my mind, and then it just all came to be. So we'll be posting the info on our Facebook if anybody is in Montreal and wants to come join us. And hopefully the three of us will end up doing something together, either online down in the future. So we'll keep you posted as well. So really, that is the power of avoiding negativity and surrounding yourself with positive energy. That really is helps your dreams to come true much quicker.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. All right. So Sarah Love, would you like to lead the end of the call for the beautiful meditation?
Yes. So to meet your guardian angel, or angels, if two come forward or more, that's definitely, welcome. So just get comfy and close your eyes. And then just breathe with your belly. And the inhale, expanding. And the exhale, contracting your belly. Grounding and rooting in your body. And then from your belly or solar plexus, let's move up into your heart space. And feeling your heart space expand. And then before you see a beautiful meadow now, filled with beautiful flowers and butterflies of all colors. Red, yellow, blue, purples and pinks, and oranges. And just go ahead and walk through this meadow, feel the breeze and the light sun. Feeling calm and peaceful within. And as you're walking through this beautiful meadow, you see a path show before you. It's a small dirt path, and go ahead and continue walking on this path now. Hearing the birds chirping, and the wind still, going through your hair, feeling at peace. And as you see on your path before you, beautiful small home. There's no door, lots of windows, light shining through. Feels safe and comfortable. So continue walking towards that home. And then walk through the front door. And there's beautiful gardens and fountains within. And you see in the middle of a room, a small bench. And go ahead and sit down on that bench there, listening to the waters trickle from the fountains. See all the butterflies, and there's birds even in here too, inside garden. Now let's ask and call forward your guardian angels of love and light to come forward to you now. You may just feel them. You may hear that they're there. You'll know that they're there. You may see them. And as they come forward, you can ask them their name. And then ask them to sit beside you on this bench. Your guardian angels, they have a message for you. So you can ask them what this message is. Now when you receive that message, say thank you. Wonderful. And now leaving the garden, and again hugging our guardian angels and knowing we could come to this space at any time, anywhere, and connect with them and get more messages, or even just to feel loved and supported and guided. So hug your angels, and then move back towards through the door and then onto the path. Your heart filled with love, joy, and bliss. Knowing you can come here at any time and connect. And continue moving through the meadows. And then back into your heart space. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
Welcome.
You're good. It's exactly.
Oh, good. You're good, Sarah.
Thank you. I was hoping it wasn't going too fast because I was like, it's almost 9.
I know.
So you can go slower on your own.
You can watch the rebroadcast.
Let's go to the house.
Yeah. Press pause tomorrow. That was beautiful.
Does anyone want to share their messages, or if they have time, or?
My angel said relax.
Oh, good. That's nice.
Relax.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you see them, hear them, feel them?
Feel them, sense them. And I saw it wasn't a dirt path. It was the yellow brick road going.
Perfect. Love it.
On the way back, it was a dirt path. It was kind of like, I'm already home. It's like the message.
Oh.
Yes.
There's no place like home. There's no. Right? So we're already home.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Beautiful. Yes. How about you,
Anyway.
Christine or Midu? Oh, Ian say my angel said keep going. He was a famous designer. Oh, beautiful.
Hello.
And we love that. Just keep going.
All right.
We love that. We love that. Yeah. Beautiful. My dog just showed up. Like even before you said like, even before you said the day, he just came, he just, jumped on me, on the bench and he just wanted to be hugged and loved.
Beautiful.
So sweet. Yeah.
Okay, so
how about you, Christine?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, well, it's funny because I walked into the little house and then I don't know if it was my monkey mind or what. I mean, I'm not trying to censor it, but immediately I see like a Gandalf figure.
Oh, that's awesome. Wonderful. Wow.
Yeah. And then when I asked and then I felt the presence of more and a lot of love. And then and then again, it could be my monkey mind. I said, okay, can you tell me your name? And I heard Bob.
Bob the angel, I love it.
Angelic, but whatever, I shall not judge.
Yeah, I'll do that too. I'll be like, no, I don't like that name.
More mystical would be lovely. However, it's all good and I'm grateful.
Yeah. Thanks, Bob. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you. That was lovely. And I will go back there and explore a little more.
Yeah, do. Especially, if Gandalf or Merlin showing up. That's pretty powerful. So
we'll be posting the rebroadcast later on Facebook. We are on Facebook at the Back to Joy show. And we are coming up next Tuesday, 9 a.m. For those of you who are watching us for the first time, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon, 6 European time. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's
Every
correct. You got it.
Tuesday.
Wonderful. How about you, Midu? What did you get? Did you get anything juicy?
you got the Kardashians.
Did you get Kim this time?
No Kardashians, thank God. It's funny. Paul, I think you were one of my angels. Could that be? It was an angel who looked like you.
Oh.
And so I asked for the name and he said Paul, and I said no, he's on the call. I didn't realize your last name is Raphael, so then he said Raphael. Isn't that weird?
Oh, wow.
Like,
Wow.
long hair and like big wings. I don't know.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Well, he's everywhere.
He's
Actually.
everywhere.
Because my logical mind is like, no, you're just inventing stuff now, right?
Yeah.
And there was a woman with really long dark hair, and I feel like there was a baby with wings, but I'm not sure if it was a fairy, but the baby didn't really speak. And they sat down on the bench.
The cherubs.
Yeah.
The baby angels.
And I think it was the male angel, Raphael. It said something like, I'm just to give you we've started the adoption process, and I feel like the message was relax, and the baby's coming.
Beautiful.
So that's what I felt. And again, I don't know if it's like I analyzed it, right? My mind is like, did I just make that up because that's what I want to hear? Is that what happened?
Right.
Keep us posted.
Yeah. Keep trusting. Keep trusting.
Yeah.
It's a relationship building, but yeah.
yeah, beautiful. Yeah, it's a pity because I have a deck with Raphael actually, and but I don't have it with me. So maybe next time if you join the call, we'll pull the card because it seems like Raphael, is really would like to tell you something. So maybe I'll put a card next time, and then we'll see what that is.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So thanks everyone for joining. It was wonderful and delight to
yes, thank you.
And see you next Tuesday for the next episode. Bye.
Share the word. Share the word. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Sarah, do you want? Oh, are you there?
Yeah.
Still there?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, Speedy. I wanted to tell Jamie just stay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can call back in. Let me see if I can tell him.
Okay. Message him to.
How are you feeling today?
Oh, much better. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what it was last week. I must have had just the energies off.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh? It's funny because I was actually going to start the webinar, but with Mercury going retrograde, I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're still recording too.
Oh, okay. Oh.